Like most of you, I gave up watching those Hollywood award shows years ago. Just simply, most of the so-called Hollywood entertainment isn't worth watching to begin with. I certainly don't like the idea of them grandstanding, congratulating themselves, giving each other awards for things that really aren't even award worthy. And then, of course, there's just the absolute politics of the whole thing. But last night, the Golden Globe Awards, oh, baby. Ricky Gervais, well, all I can say is Tom Hanks did not have a good night. This is totally worth the watch.
Hello and welcome to the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards, live from the Beverly Hilton Hotel here in Los Angeles. I'm Ricky Gervais, thank you. You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking, I never did. But you all look lovely, all dolled up. You came here in your limos. I came here in a limo tonight, and the license plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no, shush. It's her daughter I feel sorry for, okay? That must be the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to her. And her dad was in Wild Hogs. So, look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer, and it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up! I know he's your friend, but I don't care.
Were you watching Tom Hanks' reactions during these jokes? This was great. He had a good one on Leonardo DiCaprio that the premiere for the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Great movie, by the way. I've seen it 4 times. That by the time the movie was over, Leonardo's date was too old for him. It was Ricky let these Hollywood elites just have it. He let them have it. Jeffrey Epstein? Are you kidding me? I know he's your friend. And he went on to say, and you had to get here by your own plane this time. Oh my goodness. How he has gotten away on the media platforms with dropping the big, it wasn't suicide, it's just absolutely Ricky, Piers Morgan, some of these Brits, they get it. I mean, they get it. And to point out the absolute hypocrisy of Hollywood, and he kept it up. He went right after him on how movies today, really for the most part, they're awful. They really are just remakes. Hey, let's take an old TV show and make a movie about it. Hey, let's just keep doing remakes and endless sequels. And then he pointed out the obvious about the so-called superhero genre.
Seriously, most films are awful, lazy, remakes, sequels. I've heard a rumour that there might be a sequel to Sophie's Choice. I mean, that'd just be Meryl Streep going, well, it's got to be this one then. All the best actors have jumped to Netflix and HBO, you know. And the actors who just do Hollywood movies now do fantasy adventure nonsense. They wear masks and capes and really tight costumes. Their job isn't acting anymore. It's going to the gym twice a day and taking steroids, really. Have we got an award for most ripped junkie? No. No point. We know he'd win that.
Do we have an award for the best junkie on steroids? That's great. But he saved his best for last. The cherry on the sundae. The part where I gotta get a little serious. Because he landed an absolute knockout punch.
Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show. A superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and... So... It's already 3 hours long.
You claim to be woke, but yet you work for and you are paid for by some of the most vile, reprehensible corporate entities on the planet. Oh, can you imagine what they were saying about this guy at the Hollywood parties last night? Can you imagine some of these stars calling up NBC and the executives that put this on? What were you doing? What were you thinking? These guys got called on it. And to be told, you have absolutely no moral compass to stand up here and lecture Americans about anything, in particular when it comes to things like, oh, I don't know, virtue, doing the right thing. You want to point your finger at the president? Have you looked in a mirror to see how vile you are? Hey, Ron Howard, I'm looking at you, still thinking about those tweets that you sent out. This was awesome. And of course, the lying legacy corporate corrupt mainstream media, they're conveniently not talking about it, as Nancy Botox Pelosi tries to overstep her role in Congress and figure out how to limit and handcuff the president. Funny, there was never any talk about limiting Barack Obama when he was sending drone strikes into wedding events where there were lots of women and children and civilian targets because there was a military target there. But Donald Trump takes out an individual that everybody agrees was vile, nasty, and corrupt. And yet, because of their visceral hatred of this man, a man whom they loved before they hated, when they thought he was one of their own, now everything that he's done has got to be vilified. And of course, given a big thumbs up and support from Hollyweird. And Ricky Gervais, he let you have it last night. He called you out for the fake, phony, plastic, hollow, cheap individuals that you are. You're like a Mr. Potato Head. Open up the hiney, and it's just plastic in there, honey, and it's hollow. Quick rant, but oh, what a rant it was. And oh, what an award show it was. I am shocked YouTube hasn't taken it down yet. Hey, that said, make sure you're a subscriber to the channel. Give us a big thumbs up and a like. Make sure that you smack the bell for notification of all of my rants. And don't forget, check us out on the other channel.